My wife's disgusting brother said that my daughter was hotter than the girls he'd known as a teen, and he wished she was turning 18, not 16. He was red in the face and embarrassed when I confronted him. We have a pool, and we had a large amount of people here this weekend to celebrate my daughter's sweet 16. Of course, most of the guests were teenage girls and boys, but family and friends of mine and my wife's came too. One of these families was my wife's brother, Hans 45, and his girlfriend 32. I've never been too extremely fond of him or the age gap between him and his girlfriend. But, alas, our children do consider and call him their uncle. Since all my daughter's friends were all having big sweet 16 parties, she wanted one too. And per her request, she was the only one at the party in a red bathing suit so she would stand out. The party was going great until I was in the laundry room grabbing stuff when I overheard Hans talking in the room, most likely on his phone. He was saying how she was hotter than the girls he'd known as a teen, and he kind of wished she was turning 18, not 16. That any boy who f'd her would be doing a service to God, and she looked too good in a red bathing suit. I stopped. I wasn't immediately jumping to action. I was confused. This is a man my children grew up with, who babysat them, stayed many nights over at our house, talking about my daughter in a way no one should talk about a child. I marched outside and dragged my husband into the house to the room Hans was in. I'll admit, I yelled and told Hans he wasn't allowed in my house or around any of our family again, especially our daughter, and to leave immediately before telling my husband anything. Hans got red in the face and cussed at me and my husband for eavesdropping. I screamed at him to tell my husband what he was saying in my house about my daughter. He got even madder before storming out and leaving in his girlfriend's car without his girlfriend. My husband was getting irritated and demanded to know what happened, so I took a second to calm down before telling him. He told me we would deal with it later and just let our daughter have a great rest of the party. I agreed, and we rejoined that party even though we got a few looks. Hans' girlfriend came up to me towards the end asking why Hans was spamming her phone telling her that I was a bitch, a hole. Basically, all the derogatory terms you can think of, even going as far to say I was a WH.